Welcome. In this video we are talking network commands. So the objective of this video is looking at the Linux commands for networking. Things like Ifconfig or IWconfig, looking at dig, looking at how to look at records, how to do NSF type lookups, how to set DNS if you are at a command line, and how to do DNS mapping using a host file. So let's jump into Kali. So first of all, when we're in Kali, we have a wired connection. You note if you click on it, you don't really get a whole lot. You have a VPN if you want. I'm going to jump over to the terminal. Here we have the ability to do Ifconfig. This will show you your iNet. This will show you its network mask, its broadcast. If we have a wireless card, we would be doing an IWconfig. I don't have a wireless card, so it's not there. Notice my Ethernet is ETH0. If I had multiple ETH adapters, they would be there. I'm going to go ahead and clear it. If we are looking at doing ping, or if we're looking at trying to access content, for example, ping google.com, we could see if ICMP is working. We could see if Google is available. That checks DNS, and that checks to make sure traffic is being able to flow. If we are wanting to see a path between the two, path RT, trace route, we could do that. Google.com. And this will take you the hop by hop count between my location and Google. Happens to be that Google, my ISP kind of prevents some of the trace route to be happening, so I'm getting a bunch of stars instead. So that didn't quite work out. If I want to look at information, I can do an NS lookup, google.com. This will give me Google's IP address, its IPv6 address, it'll give me its name. In Linux, we can also do dig. Google.com. But you'll notice with dig, we get more information. It's going to give us the content for dig. It's going to give us some additional content. Here it's saying it's giving us the A record for google.com. So I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the www and just do google.com. And again, it's giving me the A record for google.com. I want to see what else I can do with dig. So I want to do dig. I want to do google.com MX. MX is a mail exchange or mail exchange record. With NSLookup, we don't have that function. So I also want to do name server. I want to see what name servers Google is using. So I can see that they're using NS1, NS2, NS3, and NS4 as their name servers, which is kind of what I was expecting. I want to do another example. I want to do dig Quad A. Quad A is the record type for IPv6. So when we do dig, we can actually find a lot more detailed information than just an A record. And again, this video is assuming you understand how DNS functions. So if you're not sure what the record types, let me know. I have a video explaining all of those. Two things that I do want to point out is if we're looking at setting certain settings, for example, let's go ahead and let's cat etc resolver.conf. Well, this is actually pulling my network configuration, and it's pulling that as my name server. If I want to set a DNS server, I can do a name server and put in a separate name server instead of just having a single name server. If I wanted to do some form of object to address mapping, I could edit my host file. I could do an IP address and the resource name, and that way I can always get access to that resource. It would be manually configured. In our host record actually is going to be the first thing that is verified. So if I manually type in Google's IP address here, it doesn't matter what DNS says. The host record is always going to be checked first. Windows also has a host file, but that's actually where we're looking for some of that content. So that's a quick, brief overview of networking in Kali. The big two that you really need to look at is Ifconfig and IWconfig. Those pop up quite often, especially as we get into more pen testing type scenarios. Questions? Reach out.